and you can see a couple of cars up in front sort of getting together. There's Rob Moroso. Richard Petty comes down on the inside and taps Moroso. Petty's car almost goes up over the front end of Rob Moroso's car, almost on the side.
And Harry did a fine job diving to the inside to avoid that. Let's look at it in real time now.
Now they're entering turn number 1. Moroso goes out a little bit, and Richard Petty hits him just a little bit to get him sideways.
But he did a complete spin around, but at the last moment came in contact with the inside wall here on the front stretch. However, Schrader keeps going. It wasn't hard contact by any means, but it does bring out another caution period, our third of the day.
And it's a break for Ricky Rudd and Dale Earnhardt. However, they had passed Darrell Waltrip and well out in front of him, but it puts them right back in the thick of things.
Finish line, we perhaps can see what happened.
He's out of shape coming down the front straightaway. That's Jimmy Spencer on the inside. They might have tangled just a little bit as they came off in turn 4. And trouble down in turn 2.
Jerry, we got a mess down in turn number 2, triggered when Jeff Bodine spun, but Ricky Rudd is involved, so is Bill Elliott and Ken Schrader once again. There we have the in-car camera on Jeff Bodine's car. He gets it headed the right direction and pulls away from the scene of the crash. And Bill Elliott is the only one who hasn't gotten refired. His number 9 Coors Mellingford is still at the bottom of the race. Now this is Jeff Bodine, and he's going to spin as the car goes into turn number 1.
He's right up on the back bumper of Jimmy Spencer in car number 57, but all of a sudden the back end of the Budweiser Ford just went out from under him, and you can see cars going by on the inside and trying to dodge around. There's Bill Elliott, Ricky Rudd down the yellow car.
And here is the way it looked from our vantage point here on the main straightaway.
Well, we see why he got the back end went around. Sterling Marlin clipped him as he went into the turn and sent him around.
Kyle Petty just barely missing.
Needing caution flags, all we got to do is go to Jerry for a report down there.
That seems like it. Here it is again.
The 57 car spins, and I tell you what, Earnhardt just gets by. The 6 car Mark Martin just gets by, but Sterling Marlin went down on the inside, caught the grass.
Well, maybe he didn't hit the curbing. It looks like Mike Alexander in car number 12 got into Kyle as they went into turn 3.
Kyle backing up and hitting the outside wall between turns 3 and 4, and to the right Butch Miller spins. Here's another angle.
He did hit the curb, Ned.
Yeah, he did. But it was after he was sideways.
I tell you what.
And here's trouble on the front
main stretch. It's Bobby Hillin and
Jimmy
Means that have come together. Steam pouring out of the Bobby Hillin car to the inside of the track, and the caution flag waves. He'll be back. Oh, Michael Waltrip.
There's trouble up in front of him. There's Richard Petty spinning around in car number 43.
Petty's car against the outside wall off the second corner. Also involved was Davey Allison as he had to go to the inside grass. Is just coming back onto the racetrack after having made an excursion through the infield grass. Richard Petty's STP Pontiac stalled against the outside wall off the second corner. Here's a replay, and Jimmy Spencer, number 57, involved in that.
Jimmy's been involved in several of the things here this afternoon. We're not saying that it was his making, but he's been involved in them.
Richard hits the wall hard with the left side of the automobile. We see Davey Allison parked on the inside, and luckily no one hit Davey.